Hey mamas, this is Playfully Faithful Parenting, and I'm your host, Joy Wendling. I'm a seminary grad and children's and family minister turned stay-at-home mom to my 5 girls. Spiritual parenting is my calling, and it's my passion to help other mamas disciple their kids using the power of play and their own authentic daily walk with Christ. If you're a mama who wants to introduce your kids to Jesus and watch as the Holy Spirit transforms their lives, this is the place for you. I'm so glad you're here. So let's dive in and see how we can partner with God today.
Hello, welcome to Playfully Faithful Parenting. I'm Joy, and last week I shared with you a parenting fail, but how play saved the day. And so I want to dig into that idea of play during discipline just a little bit more, because often we find that parents typically think that play is not an appropriate response when our children are misbehaving. So I've got a couple of my favorite books with me. This one is Lawrence Cohen's Playful Parenting, and this one is Discipline That Connects with Your Child's Heart by Jim and Lynn Jackson. This is Connected Families, who I'm a certified parent coach through. And so I just want to look at a few of their quotes and talk about, is it okay to respond to discipline behaviors, to discipline using play, to respond to, in this case, I'm particularly talking about power struggles. And is it okay to respond to power struggles with play? So Jim and Lynn write in the show notes and the description will be a link to this book on Amazon. I am an affiliate, so you'll be helping my ministry if you order anything without any extra money out of your pocket. But this book has this awesome little appendix at the end that just goes, it says wisdom for specific challenges. And so there are things like messes, screen time, transitions, and they call power struggles defiance. Now, I recently looked up just a definition. I know what a power struggle is. If you're a parent, you know what a power struggle is, but I wanted a real definition. And psychcentral.com wrote, a power struggle refers to an evident or subtle competition in a relationship for control and influence. So what I find interesting about this is that it takes 2 people to have a power struggle. So your kid cannot cause a power struggle by themselves. So if you stop engaging in the power struggle and play, the power struggle is gone. So we need to own our part of it. To begin with, that is the foundation, is we own our part. A power struggle takes 2 people, at least. You could have more, but Jim and Lynn write that parents typically take a strong stand when dealing with defiance. They also tend to feel justified in their own anger and actions in the name of setting kids straight. Given these dynamics, the question is, what are the children learning? Parents assume the answer is their lesson if the kids back down and comply, and apparently nothing yet if they continue in defiance. But it's our thought that in both cases, kids are learning far more about how to get power and control than they are about how to get through defiant conflict wisely and constructively. So when I hear so often from parents, how do I deal with my son who always has to have the last word. Well, if it's a two-way conversation and you're modeling that same thing of always having to have the last word because you're the parent, he's learning that from you, right? So we need to own first our part of the power struggle. And then, and we'll come back. I've got one more little quote from that one that I want to read. But here, in Playful Parenting, Lawrence Cohen writes, a lot of parents can't imagine being playful as a form of discipline. Discipline is supposed to be deadly serious. Don't believe it. Play. And he goes on and writes, a playful tone goes a long way toward keeping discipline from being harsh. So discipline is about teaching. It is not about punishing. There's a difference. And discipline teaches and helps our kids to grow in wisdom and a desire to change. It changes the heart. Harsh discipline or harsh punishment isn't changing hearts in positive ways. It doesn't soften hearts. It hardens hearts. And so, and one more quote from Cohen. He writes, I think parents avoid playfulness in difficult parenting situations because they are afraid of rewarding bad behavior. I have to remain stern and angry and cold so he'll know he did wrong. But being playful is not about rewards or punishment. It is about restoring the missing ingredient, connection, that caused the problems in the first place. Take the risk of being playful. You will do a much better job of teaching your values and getting cooperation with your rules by being playful than being stern. I think that's so good because, and it doesn't mean that every single discipline issue calls for play. But if I can separate out my child's behavior and my response, what I am responsible for is my response. Do I want to be harsh, mean, maybe scary, or do I want to be full of the fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control? Which one, a harsh response to our kids or a playful response, is more fruity, as I call it? And so think about who you want to be, who Jesus is calling you to be, who the Holy Spirit is equipping you to be, and let your parenting, your discipline of your child reflect who you are, not their behavior, not their behavior. You are responding out of who you are, not what they have done. Okay? That is so important as parents. Jim and Lynn, one more little quote from this one, right? For kids to overcome defiant attitudes, they need to feel safe, feel understood, and be given healthy power. Power, which is power that functions within the guidance of an authority, you, with the goal of growing wise independence. When these three needs are met, safe, understood, healthy power, we've seen defiance and attempts at unhealthy control of others greatly diminish. So we suggest a strong stand on defiance, standing strong to communicate the four messages, which is, child, you are safe with me. Child, you are loved no matter what. Child, you are called and capable. And child, you are responsible for your actions. And the same is true for you, Mama. Mama, you are safe to make parenting mistakes. Mama, you are loved no matter what. Mama, you are called and capable to be a follower of Jesus in front of your kids and walk that out as a parent. And Mama, you are responsible for your actions, not your child, but you. So I hope that this has been an encouragement in using play during discipline, that it's not about a reward. It is about connecting. It helps your child to feel that they are safe, loved, called and capable, and responsible. It also helps your child know that you are in control of your feelings and you are modeling what it looks like to practice love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Okay? It tells our kids also that we love them no matter how they're acting, and that we can see, not just that we love them, but that we can see beyond their behavior to who they are. And that we want to connect with them no matter what. Like, who they are and your relationship is more important than their behavior. So, will you play the next time your kid is in a power struggle? Will you take a beat, take a breath, say a prayer, and play? I hope so. If you want to find out more about the Connected Families framework, I am hosting a 2-hour interactive Zoom workshop on July 16th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is 11 to 1 Eastern time. And the link to that will be in the show notes and description. Or you can also reach out to me about my membership. I would love to have you join my group of moms. We look at something from Connected Families every month. And then we also look at playful discipleship every month. And so that's 2 of the weeks. And then the other 2 weeks, we have small group coaching where you get to bring your problems and we talk about it and problem solve and brainstorm together. So those are all the ways that I can help. And if you and your spouse, your husband, want to do coaching together, I can do that too. I do one-on-one, one-on-couple, one with a couple parent coaching as well. So links to all of that are going to be in the show notes. Have a great day and get out there and play.
Well, mamas, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me on Playfully Faithful Parenting. I'd love to keep the conversation going over on the socials. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you felt encouraged or equipped by today's show, do me a favor and leave a review. I can't wait to hear your story. Till next week, keep playing and pointing those littles to Christ.